process visual data about 60,000 times faster than text, so images and video. I'm a huge proponent of using video in all of your online marketing, especially social media, and then using it to cross-post, and we'll talk about that. My poor dog endured a tinfoil hat on his head for the sake of this photo, so there we go. We all remember BBC Dad and his 2 kids busting in the back of the room during his interview, live TV talking about the president of South Korea. It's a good example of how it's professionalism, it's social, and all your online marketing. They powered through this huge issue, but he's trying to go through it, and he manages to go through. The reporter, they don't cut away, they keep going through. Mom comes in, saves the day, and they absolutely rescue it. He lights up Twitter, absolutely lights up Reddit, and then you get BBC News on every other media channel possible. So videos, it's a great example. That's completely unintentional, right? It's a mistake, but they make a thing out of it, and a week later, the poor guy resurfaces from the hole he hid in and comes back on. This is, so one of my clients, an average, where's my laser pointer? Average post, so you see upper left arrow, red arrow, about 205 reach for an average post, text post. They always have an image there too, but he goes live, see lower left arrow? And 1,600, 2,400, you would check back. So live video, and you can do it on YouTube, we can do it on Facebook. Huge increase in reach because Facebook continues to allow us through the algorithm if we go live. You get a notification sent out to your followers. Friends like it. You get more followers that way, a lot more reach. And you got to give your stats about 24 hours. You go back and check and see how far you got. Check on it 24 hours because about 1/3 of your users are probably going to watch your live video later on after it was posted to your page. If you're interested in any kind of paid promotion, Facebook, Instagram, you can use these videos to create audiences. I have the video view and the post view, so same stat. You can see his, I want to cross over there into that laser beam either. You can see his peak live viewers. I can see minutes viewed, second stat there, and then video views. And there's a very important audience there. Fourth one down, 10-second views, and then we can see 30-second views. 30-second views is a really important audience that you can collect on your video views on Facebook. It's a great indicator of intention. Someone who is willing to stick around to 30 seconds of your video, it doesn't seem like much, but they're likely to be more receptive to your content again. And I'll get to another slide, and we'll talk about primary advertising and then remarketing. So they are someone, if you watched his video for 30 seconds, I'm going to remarket to you because you showed some interest. And so if you go look at your Facebook stats, especially put a video up, and you can get this data off your post. Talk about if you're going to put money behind a Facebook post. So normally I would have put, so this is this event right here, right now. Normally I would have put some money, I would have boosted the post off my Facebook page, and I would narrow it down by people who are checked in to the Marriott Marquis, who are here attending Affiliate Summit. You might be interested in online marketing. There's like 1,000 ways I could have targeted you guys right here, right now, so you can come to my session. But Sean Collins, you know the guy who organized the thing, beat me to it. We did an interview on entrepreneur.com, and you've seen this, see the dog, high-fiving the dog, lower right corner. So he's been running this ad. We did this interview actually at Affiliate Summit West. So it's a little bit older, but it's a top tech leaders post that I have up. So he's been pushing it. If you've seen it on Instagram, and he has it on Facebook too. So he's got that targeted at online marketers, and he's getting indirect, is this still working? Yeah, indirect audiences, people to come to Affiliate Summit because he's put continuously, this has been running continuously, I think the last month or two that he's had this promoted on Facebook and Instagram. Again, a really good way to give a soft touch and a first touch to people that are interested in your tech conference. And it also helps with personal branding for Sean. If you're running any kind of Facebook page, say a year ago, 2 years ago, you might see a notification from Facebook that said, hey, this post is performing 80% better than your average post. You get a little more on Instagram than Facebook has gone all over the edge with setting up these notifications. I get one of these notes on Facebook for, it seems like everything I post nowadays. And this one is a great example of a foolish waste of your money. I will go into Instagram and see, yeah, it's performing 95% better than my average post, and put some money behind that. And I do it on Facebook too, but you have to be reasonable about it and really look at those stats. This one is dumb because you read the suggestion in the bottom, it's saying $280, I could reach 2,000 more people if I put $280 behind it. First of all, I would never spend $280 on boosting a post. It already has a reach of 18,000. Why? And free, that was free. So why would I put money behind that post? Other times the suggestion is good. Sometimes Facebook is giving me a boost this post suggestion and giving me $20 to do it. And I always take that one, of course. So you have to have some sense and really look at what they are trying to get you to spend money on Facebook. Boosted posts are a great way to get in front of your audience, get the likes up to a page. You can do it really cheaply, $1 a day, $2 a day, $5 a day, and I'll show you some insights into best performing content and what to pick, and if you're going to go that way. And you can do that off your organic posts as well. So this is a post that I boosted off of one of my pages. $20 gets me 1,400 reach. It's not so much, but it's a completely new page. It's only have 27 followers. And so for $20, I thought the reach was pretty good. I also put this on LinkedIn and did very well there. And that's why we chose it, because it did well on LinkedIn, so we put it up on Facebook too. Emojis in your headlines, so paid or not paid posts, organic or paid, Facebook, emojis can get you about a 241% click-through rate. I can't say which emoji works. I don't know. I don't have any data behind that, whether it's smiley faces or sad faces or mean things or burning up. And here's an example to add just one emoji in the top, and this one did really well, 5,000 reach. We boosted a little bit behind that, only like $100 for the week. And talk a little bit about remarketing. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Just trying to get awareness for that page. $20 over 7 days. Just getting a little awareness to the page. We're seeing what kind of content works well and if that's going to work for that Facebook page and that website. Just testing it out because it's totally new. The site's new and the page is new. So playing with it, nothing else. I think that's when I got like an ad credit from Facebook. So like, yeah, sure, we'll pick it. You like how that moves? I like how that moves. So when we run Facebook campaigns, I'm going to get away from paid in a minute, but I did a roundtable this morning and everything seemed to be about Facebook and ads. Who's new? Who's a newcomer? Sarah. Got a lot of newcomers this morning at the roundtable session. So we run Facebook and Instagram campaigns. We can do, say, like a $15,000 campaign. And we split the budget 50-50 almost, a little bit more. I do like a primary ad and a remarketing ad. So if I have a $15,000 budget, it'll be $10,000, $11,000 on the primary ad. I like to run them 7 to 10 days. Short doesn't necessarily work that well for our Facebook campaigns. So I put another $4,000 or $5,000 on remarketing, and but I see that even though that only gets maybe a third of the budget, up to a half, but not usually, that's about 70–75% of the ads or the sales will come from the remarketing ad. We saw that our Facebook users just need a second touch. So warmed up the audience with a primary ad, not necessarily targeting people who already like the page, or you're actually usually excluding people who like the page because they're looking at biz dev, increasing the customer base, trying to grow the business by finding new buyers. So we're excluding people who like the page, want to grow the business, show them an ad, and then show them a reminder, something like, did you forget something? And this is targeted to people who actually clicked on the ad. If I have that, the Facebook pixel set up, and you should have the Facebook pixel set up if you're going to run ads so you don't waste money. So it's very targeted. I like to target people who already left something in the cart and show them a nice graphic, give them another 10% off if they buy by the time the sale's over. Have you forgotten something? Just a reminder that they're there. Also, day parting, like it's worked for AdWords. We see that sometimes, or many times, our users are shopping during their work on their phone, and then but they don't actually give us money and buy until the evening. So show them an ad East Coast time through the day part it, shut it off midday, and then show them ads through midnight at night So it's knowing their users. Contests work really well. You, of course, have to be super careful about the FTC and making it so everybody can enter. There's a way for them to enter for free. I do have a set of rules, not into law, that we kind of wrote out and worked with. So this page in particular, I see a lot of accounts, especially on Instagram, because you don't have all that space to give rules, that it's stuff that would be completely in violation of FTC. So you have to be super careful. You can do it. It's legal. But there's a difference between contests and sweepstakes. They do great for getting your vanity numbers up and followers to the page. They certainly get a lot of activity engagement, or sorry, the account at the page. But be careful with it. And you can kind of expect to lose, if you gain, say, 3,000 followers on a contest, you're probably going to lose about a third of them after the contest is over because they just liked or commented for the sake of winning whatever you had going on. But it is very effective. You know, preferred audience and targeting your audience, you can set that. So you can go into your Facebook page. I can go into settings. I can set preferred page audience. I can also do audience optimization. Audience optimization is an option, and what it gives you is that your target. So it says choose preferred audience for the post. So I can choose to target an organic post to a particular audience. A good example would be for here. If I want to put up a post, you know, before I came into the room, I could put that up and only target it to people who are within, say, 5 miles of Times Square. It just helps tell Facebook who you want to get hold of. Here's an example of bad targeting. So we all talked about what the good things to do. Here's something that doesn't work. So I live north of Philly by about 25 miles, and I got targeted with James Rogers, neighborhood councilman who lives in Salt Lake City. I'm not voting for James. I'm not eligible to vote for James. So James wasted his cash on me and probably all my neighbors too. One thing, so to be careful that you're not paying behind promotions or wasting your time, your resources, anything on someone who is not eligible to buy from you. I can't vote for him because I'm far, 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 far outside of his district. If you are someone who only ships in the continental US, you want to make sure you're excluding Hawaii, Alaska, and all of Europe and the rest of the universe from your ad campaign. It makes sense, but it's a common oversight that I don't exclude people who just can't buy, or I'm not going to ship to, or it's too expensive. They're not my best customer. So a good example of what doesn't work is Unhappy Cat unsubscribes from your email list. So a little bit of a hack. You can take your unsubscribers from your email list. I can put them into Facebook. That gets hashed. It's anonymous. I can show them an ad. Maybe I can warm them up and get them back. A reminder that I'm still here. Just a thought. So if you're going to boost posts and put some money behind it, go into your Facebook Insights and go into your Instagram too. And look at your best performers. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4 are above 1,000. They far outperform the other posts. And those would be the ones that I would put some money behind. I could boost them. I could convert them into an ad. The logic is that those did well organically, that they're probably going to be a good paid ad as well. It's a good place to start, so you don't waste money on paid social if you're going to get into it, and it helps you. Then you can develop an audience from those posts. Instagram, sometimes I'm waiting for sometimes the image that you put up is not the one that you expected to do well. Who is converted to an Instagram business account, or who's just running off their personal? 3, Sarah's on it. No, everybody else running off their, are you doing Instagram? Who's doing Instagram? Trying. 11 hashtags? What do you use to find your hashtags? How do you know what works? No idea? Allhashtags.com works really well for finding hashtags. This is a post, a picture I took down in DC, just walking. I was with a client doing a show, and this tonight, it surprised me that it did well. My friend's dog, Jordy. Jordy's trying to be an Instagram star. 15 minutes already? We're going to fly through this. So Jordy rockets because he's a dog. He rockets to 1,000 followers in his first 5 weeks. Cats do better on social. So if your Instagram account is hurting, you don't know where to start, go cheap. Go with dogs, cats, coffee works really well there. But eventually you have to get to whatever your brand is about. But Instagram lifestyle posts. And so if you've converted to a business account, you have insights that you wouldn't get if you still stick to personal. So I can go and see best time of day, best days of the week that my followers are online. I know that my posts that I've been doing on Instagram this morning, no one's going to see them. late night tonight, they're all there. And I think the majority of people say that it's the evening hours for Instagram that works well for them. Same thing for the dog. But this is data that you'll get if you convert to business. Remind people to turn on post notifications. Instagram Live, you know, your issue with that is you only get your link in bio, so you have to write that in every post. But if you want to add things to your story, since Instagram chose to rip off Snapchat, you can. It does have clickable hashtags, right? So if you're on Instagram stories, adding the ASE hashtag, now you can click through and see the other posts. Did you know that? Yeah, it's working. 7 to 11 hashtags Instagram, that's optimal. Go up to 20. Allhashtag.com is a nice resource to help generate hashtags for your posts. Hashtag it up, and you can look and see what else is working. Don't forget the generic ones like pick, photo of the day, like for like, and add a filter to that. Mayfair, the #1 performing filter on Instagram, followed by the one that's just the left of it, which is Amarillo. Try a social media roundup email. So Instagram can be difficult for people to understand their ROI because we don't see the clicks in our analytics so much. If you take, say, your best performing Instagram posts, you're also doing email marketing, round those up and stick them out like on a Saturday morning email, and you see that you could really make a go out of that and get a return. I'm going to skip past that. So what's working on YouTube, we see the same thing on YouTube that we see with Facebook Live. Go live on a video there, and you can see your stats ramp right up. Muaz, friend of mine, he says, so his Instagram or YouTube channel picked right up when he changed his thumbnails. So don't forget to set a custom thumbnail. You can also set custom thumbnails for your Facebook videos too. Set it on YouTube and get your subscriber rate up, and that's an example of what going live can do for your viewership. So it was a smaller channel, under 1,000 subscribers. They started to do live videos. And you see there, if I got the rest of the stats and updated this, they were very irregular with posting live videos, and their scripted videos too. So post that on a regular basis. You treat YouTube like you would treat blog posts, where I'm going to do a video or a blog post every Friday, every day, or whatever it is you have the resources for. Keep it regular so your users know what to expect, and adding live content there also gives you a big increase in reach. That same thing. So YouTube, of course, Video Leader was behind Facebook in live videos. When YouTube finally allowed live, they only gave it to channels that I think had 10,000 subscribers or more. Then, when they finally allowed smaller channels to do it, they wouldn't let them do it on mobile devices, which is a huge setback, negative. It's a handicap for YouTube. So now they've changed it, and it's only recent. I think it's in this past month. With 100 subscribers on your YouTube channel or more, now you can do it from a mobile device. So give it a try. It's tough to get going on YouTube. It really is. I think that is the most difficult channel of all to get your subscriber base up. So try mobile and try going live. Ad targeting is another hack. You can target your competitors on YouTube like absolutely directly. If your competitor has a monetized channel, or it's a niche that you want to get some traffic to your website to, I'm trying not to look at that light, you can go into AdWords, and I can choose someone else's YouTube channel or the YouTube video, and I go right in as a campaign setting and add a placement right on their video. I love that. It's a beautiful hack, and it's actually pretty easy to do. You just have to dig a little bit into video placements. And Snapchat, who's on it? Are you trying? You think it's going to survive? Yeah, they're tough. Cheap stock right now. So you can add, use the filters. You can try paid. That's open to everyone too. I can say I haven't tried paid social. Authenticity is super important. This is an organic Silicon Valley beauty brand. So all natural, it's vegan cosmetics, and this is a live post. So it was a teaser for an actual live TV event. Do you see the issue? Anybody, ladies? So yeah, that was live, but she was going to do a live TV show. So that was her post prior to the live event. She has Botox lips. So we got beat to death on social because of that. Yeah, it's organic. She can't. So when you screw up, have you seen Audit? This is from this month. It's more recent. So Audit put out a commercial in the Chinese market. And what happens is they liken the bride to, like how you would examine. It was taken as like, I'm a cow, because she was inspected and during the commercial. So what do? You got to apologize. We all learn from United Airlines and what happens when you don't get out front. You've got about, they say, 15 minutes. So talking about airlines, this was a meeting after the United Airlines incident where our customer their customer got dragged off. And they're saying, yeah, I got about 15 minutes to get out front, own the story, own it, apologize, and start fixing it. So you have to, and we do screw up. So we screwed up with that post on social. We have a Botox lip person doing an all-natural beauty promo, and you can't avoid it, and you can't take it down. Well, you could take it down, but I wouldn't do that. And we learned from Mr. Munoz of how not to handle it. 2 days, finally apologizes later, and it doesn't really work as British Airways. So what can you put up? If you're stuck with what to put on social and something's not working, you're having trouble growing a channel, stuff that works, omni-channel, quotes, questions, and polls. Who still believes in Twitter? Because I do. Yeah, I do. It's pretty awesome for personal branding and connecting. I like it for reading news. So I know they need to evolve, but I don't think they're dead in the water yet. Not there yet. You can use your blog posts elsewhere and use your videos elsewhere. So any video from any channel, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, I can cross-post elsewhere. I can get my live videos downloaded. I can take my scripted videos. So don't take a YouTube video and share it to Facebook. Take that scripted video and upload it to Facebook. Yeah, because they're competitors, and one is going to kill the reach on the other. Obviously, you can't share Facebook to YouTube, but so you can clip your scripted video from YouTube, or clip edit your Facebook video, and then put it into Instagram. You need less than a minute there, and I can also use them on Twitter. You spend money on blog posts, you're spending money on video creation, hopefully get the most out of your ROI and repurpose your content. You can increase click-through rates in emails. I can increase conversions on a web page by putting a video there. But you don't have to create over and over and over again. You can get a lot of mileage by reposting, resharing, and repurposing, and that's what's going to get you the most cash. On social, responding to comments, not running away from your mistakes, optimize the time of day. There's a lot to the time of day when you should post. You can see a huge difference there. There's a lot to SEOing for YouTube. That's like a whole nother talk. And I talk a little bit about it in my videos, and use it for customer service. I have to turn it over to questions, right? Yeah? We have time? Questions? Nothing? Let's back up. There were a lot of questions this morning, guys. Nothing? All right, so who's you working with video at all? What do you got? I don't have the portable mic. Yeah. Instagram? Oh, Google, okay. Yeah. I was playing around with, what I was looking at, I was looking at something here prior to coming here, and so I did a search, and then so it's gaming it a little bit. And what I did is ended up saving a photo to, I think I made it, oh, I did make it into an Instagram post. Let me see exactly what the technology is called. So I ended up saving to my Instagram account. And it ended up also being a popular post, which I was also surprised at. So I took, where is it? So there's Google Local Guides. And that's how I would game location data. So I saved a post there, ends up doing 95% better than some of my other posts. So that's what I would do. So you can get photos, and I ended up saving a photo of something in Times Square on the local guide, and so now my business is and it was accepted. I was stunned at that. So I put it in, and then I get an email 2 days later, like your local guide, so me, was accepted to Google. So that's how I would go, because that worked, and I was surprised that that worked. So that's how I would game your location data right now. I got you. Thank you. Yeah. What was it? Yes. So we add a lot of graphics. I found that I wish I could get the stats on my videos, but I don't. So I have videos on my YouTube channel, and then I have videos on entrepreneur.com. I can't get the stats on their videos, and I wish I did because it's just a broader audience than mine. I found that, so adding graphics helps, adding subtitles, and they're just sort of, I don't want people to like read, but there's a certain percentage of your audience that's going to watch with the sound completely off. And you have to not pander, but accommodate them, right? So if you have the time and resources, the full out description, and that his channel, you'll see it if you go to his videos underneath, he puts a long, almost like a blog post of information underneath each YouTube video. I don't have the time and resources for that, but he does, and so that's why he's doing better than me on it. But I would add that there. You want to add links back to yourself, your sites. I would add a link to like the next suggested video. So I want to suggest to YouTube what they should send to you in the grid at the end of the video, you know, when you finish and you get that grid. So I want to show that up. Adding series on YouTube, and I actually say that in the title. This is how to create your first YouTube video, part 1, part 2, part 3, and that's an indicator to YouTube for SEO-wise that this is supposed to be together. So if they watch part 1, then they should see part 2. You should be using cards. Annotations went away, I think, May this year, so they're still working, but you can't add a new one. You can add cards. You can add end screens. End screens are not really working for me or any of the other videos, regardless of where I have them posted. My videos tend to be 5 to 6 minutes in length. I cut right to the point. The intro is extremely short, about 8 seconds. If you have a viewership that's sticking around to your videos, say past the 2.5-minute mark, you are doing really well. Like, don't be disheartened by that. Go into Google Analytics. There's a ton of data there. Look at your watch time. Look at the day of the week that the subscribers are on. Play around with when you post a video and see which one gets the most subscribers, which day of the week is the longest watch time, and you're going to really have to fool with it and see what works for your channel. End screen's not so great. The cards, which is that information eye that you see in the upper right corner of a video, use that, and that's how you can get a click back to your site. But you also want to add, if you go look at my videos on my channel, not Entrepreneur's channel, you see I have like a standard list that I put in there where to connect with me on social, what I think the next video should be, a synopsis of what's in this video, and usually I put in a reference, like you would SEO a blog post, a reference of what's another resource. But it's going to be something that's huge, like YouTube itself or Google, not somebody. I'm not going to give a link away that way. Does that help answer the question? Yeah. What else? It's blinding if I look this way. Light? Oh, yeah, I do. Haven't done Twitter. I mean, I post on Twitter quite a bit, and like if you go on to Twitter and we chat, that's me. So I'm responding to that. Lots of Facebook Live. So if you're under my strategy, I encourage you strongly to do Facebook Live. You can use some other third-party apps to help you out. Like they use BeLive TV, so they can do split screens. That's a pretty nice. Wirecast does it too. So if you, I think you have to pay for Wirecast. BeLive has a free version. That's pretty nice. If someone's an app developer, what the need for Facebook Live is if I can have something where I have like glass screen that I could write on in front of the audience and convey information. That's the problem with mine. We're gonna try a blog post. We've been waiting for Steve to show up the whole time. So he's gonna be my next Instagram post. We're gonna take a picture of each other. So. Go ahead. We haven't actually put money behind. Have we put money behind a contest? We haven't been tagged at all, and I'm surprised because they are 1 degree separation away from gambling. It's sports picks, so they fall into that kind of restricted group. I've done several adult categories, including toys, stuff like that. So I love working in those categories. We're timed out because they're challenging, right? Haven't done that in years, but we have, yeah. Not paid. Okay, I got it. Haven't put money behind it. You can see them get clamped down. It was more of an issue with AdWords, but if you work through some of the approval processes, you can do it. I haven't tried Reddit, but I've encouraged, because Reddit will allow a lot of the other categories, the adult categories that the others won't. AdWords is really tough. I've had clients who got grouped into adult who really weren't. Like they were more medical, but they kind of get that bum's rush. So the pick site has been doing fine. right? Really fine. They actually do really well on Twitter, too. They're starting on Instagram, but it's totally still new. So they've been clean. I'm surprised. Sometimes I'm surprised, right? Because they've been kicked off certain ad things before, but they're okay right now. And they could be allowed to run ads, but we're not. So, yeah, because the live is really working really well. And they do episodes every day at 4 o'clock. All right, that's it. I'm out of time. I'll be out in the hallway. So don't take anything else. Thank you, everybody. Oh, where are we?